Seville, California. Yeah, y'all see that, right? It's amazing, man, on how you can change your life for the better, and you can go and live anywhere you want to live without being scrutinized or being called all type of unnecessary bullshit and things of that nature. Yeah, I just want to come on here right quick, man, 'cause I'm headed to the gym. I haven't been there today. Uh, I had like important things to do this morning. You know, I had the Millie Rock on the block in the corporate ward today. I don't really rock in the block on inside the United States ghettos anymore. So I leave that up to the real Negroes and things of that nature. But anyway, I just wanted to get on here, man. I was driving and I was listening to that penalty phase, and I seen that boy get right get on there, and he just couldn't have no answer for nothing. I don't think he should have got on there. I understand that he wanted to spare his life because that's a scary situation, man. Knowing that you have 12 people can making decision of if you live or die, and that's scary, man. And it's unfortunate, man. And I paid attention to his background, where his mother was part of the military. He had a good father. He had both parents there, and it seemed like it's like be always the suburb kids that get in the most trouble. Here's it is: you had a kid that basically had his mother and his father. He didn't want for nothing. They trusted him. His mother even trusted him with the car, and he took that car and basically went to go do something stupid. And he don't even understand, man, the domino effect that he just caused inside his family. Not only he's gonna suffer, his mother, his father, they're gonna always question where they went wrong at. It's just a whole lot of things that's gonna go on and come into play when you dealing with these youngsters nowadays. I guess them brother was seeking clout, or they was looking for clout, and now they got the clout. Now they on nationwide TV, all around the map, you know, fighting for their life. You see, man, it amazed me, man, on how dudes, man, they want to validate themselves like they some real Negroes, man, on this internet, bro. I just don't get it, man. I really don't get it. If you was a part of that lifestyle, you know damn well that you don't supposed to be pump faking out there in the streets doing all type of things and chasing clout. Well, them four youngsters in Florida, they wasn't pump faking, bro. They thought they had got away with something, man, something atrocious, something more devastating that they can ever fathom in a lifestyle, bro. Nah, I don't think I'm tough, bro. Um, and the thing is, man, it's like when you finally realize, when you sit down up in that jail cell and you finally realize that the shit that you did was all for nothing, it hits home in a different way, bro. I don't care if it's a drug case, a weed case. I don't care if it's a gun case. I don't care what it is, bro. When you up in that jail cell, bro, everything hit different, man. It hit different in a way, man, that you always want to ponder and say, man, I should have never did that stupid shit. You always gonna want that do-over, bro. Believe me when I tell you that, man. Now here it is, you got four kids fighting for their life, not knowing they never getting out because it's either the death penalty or life without, bro. Unless they come up with more, rules and laws and regulations to change whatever they need to change later on down the line while they locked up, they may do that. But however, as of right now, they not finna get out. And then the cold part about it is I seen that this expert witness got on there and said that They they need to spare them dudes' lives so they can be slaves up inside the penitentiary. And if you guys didn't catch that right there in a nutshell, and I always tell you guys are product to them people when you go inside that penitentiary. They're gonna make you work for 8, 9 cents for an hour. Sometimes some of you guys may get like 20 cents, 30 cents, or something like that, but that's the most that you're gonna get up in there, bro. 45 cents, even a dollar. Some dudes may get dollars in PIA. It depends. 95 cents. It depends on what area and what field you're working in, bro. So it's like, man, it's like the man got up there and said, okay, we got four strong, young black men need to come up in there, bro. And and they just need to come up in there and just slave their life away, bro. The man literally said, man, get them Negroes. Basically in a nutshell, he said, man, we want them Negroes to come up in here and say, okay, we want you to work. We want you to do this. You better do that. And you do this and you do that. If you don't do this, we're gonna punish you. We're gonna put you in this box, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that's what happens, man, when you're chasing clout. You got a lot of dudes nowadays, man, on this internet, bro, chasing clout, man. You got dudes, I seen dudes, man, for the last few days, they pump faking. You know, it's like they act like they really want to squabble somebody, but they really don't want to squabble nobody. Because I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. If you profess to be a gang member or ex gang member, you know how to proceed when you want to get with somebody, bro. You're not gonna pump fake. You're not gonna do none of that type of stuff. You're just gonna get with the business, bro. I call it pump faking, man, and I call it all bluff, man, because these dudes really don't want that type of funk, man. First of all, man, these brothers know they got too much to lose. That's the first thing. Now, if you got the and another thing, if you do anything nowadays, it's all on camera. If you a podcaster, bro, and you sit there and you go off on an individual and you sit there and you want to squabble an individual and you go viral for that squabble, bro, all the dude have to do is, bro, is file charges on you. And 9 times out of 10, he really don't have to file charges on you because they're gonna have the footage. No jumper, bro. We all know that no jumper, man. No disrespect to the dudes that work there. No disrespect to the owner because he what he does is Adam 22, he profits off the ignorance of the masses of the people. That's what he does. And if the brother's gonna let him profit off their ignorance, you can't be mad at him. I'm not gonna be mad at him because there's no way in the world, man, that we all can see that that's what's going on up there, bro. Um, and when you dealing with that man situation, man, the man is a businessman. Now, if they running plays up there, I don't know. Allahu Alam. You know, they might be running plays, they might not be running plays. But to me, everything is just stupid, man. It's stupidity. You can't say you're an advocate for the people, man, and then you out here doing something that's diametrically opposed to basically saying that you're an advocate for the people. If you got youngsters out here watching your every move and you going up there doing stupid shit and you get mad and the first thing you do is say it on the dead homies or this is such and such and such and such. Hey bro, you's a walking contradiction, man. You have to set the bar high for the youngsters to get to that bar. You can't sit around here and talking about, oh, they this and they that. We need to do this and we need to do that. We need to come together and do all that type of shit. And you haven't got your own stuff together. And that's the biggest problem, bro. Brothers have good intentions, but they don't have their own shit together, bro. And that be the biggest problem, man. Brothers walk around here, man. They be pump faking, they be chasing clout, and they do all these type of things, bro. There's no way on this God green earth, bro, that you'll say that you're an advocate for your community and you still repping a gang, bro. It's impossible for you to do, man. They're not gonna respect you, man. Your homie's not gonna respect you. and the people inside the community is not going to respect you because you got one foot in and one foot out. Now, I understand, man, that a lot of brothers, man, they be trying to make this transition and they be fighting with this demon, this jinn that they be having attached to them and stuff like that, man. And when they be fighting and attached to that jinn, what they do is, bro, they get pulled this way and they get pulled that way. So they self accusing self becomes their own enemy, bro, because they know right from wrong, man. Certain shit that dudes do, man, and when they do it, man, when they get out of character and shit like that, bro, they regret it, man, when they do that stuff, brother. Believe me when I tell you that, man. We all do it, man. We regret certain shit that we do, man, because we know we be wrong dealing with certain situations and certain things in that nature, bro. So when you say you an advocate, or you say you for peace, or you say you for this, and you say you for that, and you really not standing on that, man, everybody's gonna look at you and they're gonna scrutinize what you do, bro. There's no way in the world, man, that you can holler, you hollering, you peaceful this and you peaceful that. And then the next thing out your breath, you calling somebody a snitch, or you calling somebody a rat, or you calling somebody this and you calling somebody that. Because the people that you're gonna have to deal with, brother, when you moving out through the land, you're gonna be dealing with the snitches, meaning your community, the people that's non-affiliates, the people that are civilians. You're gonna be dealing with the people, man, that would call the police on certain individuals just because you come from a culture that don't do that and you trying to eradicate some of that stuff in your culture, bro, it's impossible, man, for you not to take heed on what the other people stand on, bro. The non-affiliates, man, they runs the communities, bro. People run the community, not the gang members, bro. The people run the community. You guys don't run shit, bro. The gang members don't run a fucking thing. And you guys need to get that out your head, bro. Because one phone call, they can just it will have you guys disperse in minutes. One phone call. Now, if you ran your community, check this out. If you ran your community, as you tough ass Negroes say, you quote unquote joints or you quote unquote real Negroes, if you ran your community and when the civilians call them people, you'll be standing there, standing firm, be like, what the fuck y'all want? When the people come, y'all be like, what y'all want? You guys don't do that, bro, because y'all know y'all don't run shit, bro. So we're gonna call a ball and strike a strike, bro. We're not gonna sit here and sugarcoat certain things. We're not gonna be to the point, man, where we think that we the toughest thing that hit the planet Earth or hit the United States ghetto, brother, because we're not, bro. The first thing, man, I think everybody needs to do, man, is to get their own shit together, man. We was having a discussion yesterday, bro, when dudes was like, "Well, what can we do to to eradicate certain things inside the community, inside the United States ghettos?" Man, these brothers gave all type of excuses, man, and I was just sitting back and I was just like, "Man, these brothers don't get it, man." And I'm gonna tell you why they don't get it, bro. In order for you to eradicate a cancer, what do you have to do? You got to get rid of the cancer, bro. Some dude's gonna die, and a lot of dudes gonna go to jail, bro. That's just what's gonna happen, man. I don't care what nobody say, bro. If you're out there pushing the line to the point, man, where dudes is being a tyrannical and a predator and prey inside your community, some dudes is gonna die, man. If you pushing a movement, man, that y'all saying that these dudes can't do X, Y, and Z in your community, somebody gonna have to get up out of here, bro. Because you're gonna always have pushback. And when you have pushback by these dudes, you know how that go. First thing they say, nigga, who you think you are? Who you talking to? And if you don't have no army behind you, bro, you're gonna lose, man. So in a nutshell, man, this is the thing is this, bro. You brothers gotta stop chasing clout, man. This internet don't validate who you are, bro. Take a lesson, man, on what's going on worldwide, bro. Dealing with the wars, dealing with that trial, that murder trial down there, dealing with all the Ricos down here in Southern California. You brothers got to take this in consideration because if you don't, you're gonna be sitting there going on doing some other shit. GTA. uh, this is where I'm at, man. If you guys don't know, you don't know. This is a part of Busterville, California. And I always say Busterville, California, where there's no political politics, there's no gangs over here. Um, there's no fake back doors, or there's not a lot of hate. If you do have hate, the women is hating on you, or they hating on each other over here and all that type of stuff. It's very peaceful over here, and that's what's going on, man. So um, I'm just saying, bro, get to a spot, get to a place, and if you're trying to save yourself, bro, save yourself, man. Don't be like them idiots down there in Florida, bro. Because man, I'm gonna tell you right now, bro, them youngsters, they finna feel it, man, on its highest level. You even had one of the youngsters over there, the heavy set, dark skinned one. He was just up in there laughing. He didn't came. He probably got to the point where like, man, fuck it, because you do get to the point, bro. When you get to that point where you know you're gonna be up in there, you be like, okay, you start to adapt and you say, okay, fuck this shit. Fuck it. Let's go. Let's do it. Whatever y'all want to do, let's do it. And I think he's at that point. But Sean, get right, he ain't at that point. That boy trying to save himself, bro. And I don't blame him, man. It's scary and it's gonna always be scary. You guys need to understand, man, that life is very, very precious. And if you take another life, man, what you can do is you can destroy another family. And I think that gang culture, bro, that we all, if you ever was a part of that, even though you didn't wasn't out there spinning the block or nothing like that, you can contribute to it because you condone it. I seen a lady, bro, her son got killed when I was growing up. She was a normal woman, brother. I'm talking about normal, working, doing what she's doing, providing for her family, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Her son got killed, bro. That woman haven't been the same ever since her son got killed, man. That woman could never get back to her normal way of life, bro. She never got back to her normal way of life. I seen her 4 or 5 days ago, bro, and she still messed up behind that, man. It been almost 40 years and she still hasn't got back to her normal way of life, bro. And that's sad, man, because what we do as a people, and regardless of what we talk about, how tough we talk about, and hard thing, brother, we mess around and we do certain shit to other people, man, that can destroy a whole bunch of lives, man. And on that note, man, hey, man, y'all be careful out there, bro. You know, I'm not rich. It's not about being rich, man. I live comfortable. You know, um, this is not rich. This is peace, right? Okay, you don't hear a bunch of sirens, you don't hear a bunch of commotion, you don't see if you see drugs around here, you'll see like some homeless people or something like that. But this right here, man, is like see how peaceful it is right here. I can come out here and this is like a bench right here, and I do push-ups right here, right? I can walk around this joint, man. This joint take me from right here. I'm right in the middle of Marina Del Rey, Manhattan, Santa Monica. I'm right in the middle of this right here. So this right here, man, is my serenity. This is my peace. I'd rather be around this type of atmosphere and this type of environment, because I've been there and done that, and I know what that been there and done that environment breeds. And I don't glorify it. I don't care who the hardest dude, who's the joint, or nothing like that, bro. I'm content of being around something like this, bro. Because when I'm telling you, when you've been displaced from society for multiple years, you yearn to be around some shit like this, bro. And just imagine all the women walking around this joint. So if you don't have no woman, hey, you can come over here, man. You can knock something or whatever it is, whatever you want to do. You can just do what you want to do. You just live. So I live. I don't sit there and be want to be, on the dead homies or on Crip or on Pyru or on Bloods or nothing. I don't do that type of shit. right. And I think, that's not the internet. I think dudes chase clout because they never been a part of nothing. And I think that a lot of music influenced these dudes, the men and women, to do stupid shit. You know, you got Sexy Red. You got Sexy Red, got half of these women out here want to be hoes. You got Cardi B, got these women out, all these women out here want to be a certain things. You got all these other rappers, man, got these dudes who thinking they just hard, rough and hard and tough as dudes, man, but they really not, man, because they not built like that. You got these rappers, man. You got these young rappers got dudes spinning the block, and when they do spin a block, they go in there and they tell on their whole crew. So this what happens, man. The influence, I call it hypnosis at its highest level. When you're dealing with the TV, the internet, the music, or you dealing with the newspaper, anything that can attract a person's mind, I call it hypnosis, man. And a lot of these brothers, man, they be hypnotized to the point because they never been a part of that culture, bro. They hear stories about the 80s, they hear stories about the 90s, and they can't even imagine how that stuff was. And I'm going to tell you like this, bro. You never, ever, ever, you never, ever, ever want to experience the 80s and the 90s, man. Believe me when I tell you that, bro. Because I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of you dudes would have never made it, man. A lot of you dudes would be victims. A lot of you dudes will be dead. A lot of you dudes, man, will be to the point, man, where y'all be police officers, be honest with you. So a lot of you brothers, man, wouldn't even be around that type of shit, bro. And I'm telling you, brother, I'm not bragging about it. I'm telling you, I see what I see. I see that a lot of brothers, man, they on drugs at the highest level. And I'm telling you, bro, you brothers would have never, ever, ever, ever made it back then, bro. I'm just being real, man, because it was so vicious back then. You dudes couldn't even see or think past a back door, bro. You would have got back door for sure. You people have a good day. Busterville, California. Something like